Ideal of all ashramas are God realization or liberation, free from becoming free, free from all bondage. But in practical life, today they are describing about what type of offering should be given to the forefathers. Food offering to gods and forefathers, pitris. They call pitri. Pitri means father. Pitris means lineage of fathers, father, grandfather, great grandfather, great great grandfather. So they are all waiting for your oblation. Those who are living in those planes of existence, they are waiting. So everyone should offer some respectful oblation to them. So that is the subject of our study today. Food offering to God, all gods, one the devatas, and pitris means forefathers. So what it says, some dija means the Brahmins. Some dijas are devoted to ritualistic works. We find that some of the Brahmins, dija means when twice born, so when they get the sacred thread, they, all Brahmins, some of them are devoted to ritualistic work. You see, you go to Malibu temple. Huh? Also, ours, pujaris, that they do perform the ritualistic works. Some are engaged like that. Some to the practical of austerity. There are some groups of Brahmins, they want to do austerity fasting, going to seclusion, not wearing very good clothing for winter or taking care when it is hot sun. They lie down, smeared ashes, matted locks, and all this. So they do the austerity part. So some Brahmins are of the nature, that is their way of spiritual practice. Some to the chanting of the Vedas. Some Brahmins are there, Samaveda, Atharva Veda, all the Vedic chanters are there. They don't do any other rituals, but they only start chanting. Chanters, that takes whole life, and they learn with so much sincerity that they can chant the Vedic mantras, memorize their mantras. In early days, they used to memorize. That's a 24 hours job to engage your whole, this entire books of Bhagavatam. If you have to memorize in your head, could you believe that what will be the task? So they don't engage in any other thing. But some Brahmin, this is Brahmin's work. So some Brahmin become engaged in this to discourse, and some to discoursing on learned topics. Some Brahmins, Pandit, they take their scriptures and explain to other people, as we are doing. It's maybe treated as one of the Brahminic duty. To some, all goal is God realization. But some may be engaged in Brahmins who are engaged in ritualistic worship and offering flowers, fruits, and then decorating the deity, uh, putting abhishekam, all these things. Like Malibu temple is just an example. They're priests, they're Brahmins. So some live like that. Some they know the practice of austerity. That we don't find it here. In go to the Himalaya range, you'll see that those who have given up home, they live in very deep austerity. Bare body, smearing their body with ashes in hot summer. They're even doing austerity in the hot summer. And Holy Mother did that, Panchotapa. Holy Mother did that. In the hot summer sun, midday, hot summer time, the 5 fires are set, making a circle of fire, and Ma took a shower, that is, then entered into in the middle of the fire and sat and did austerity, thinking of God's name. How difficult is this? They say they also do for the well, it removes your all the past bad karmas, bad sinful things go away. So people do some austerity also. There are many austere people who are urdhva. They raise their hand all the time up for days and days and years and years. That's an austerity. But why they are doing? They are doing for some spiritual goal. Hmm? So foolishness. A man does not eat, does not enjoy life, raising his hand in seclusion and all the time, day and night. And that's austerity for God. Fasting. Some people fast for days and days and days and days fasting. So discoursing with learned pundits who gives classes and lectures, they are pundits, and some a few to the disciplines of Jnana and Yoga. But higher, all these are good. But some few only Brahmins, they say are also Brahmin. Brahmins means twice born, those who are born in God's concept, there may be Jnana and Yoga. Jnana practice is very few. Yoga practice, meditation. Not for austerity, but for communion with God within, as we do practice. So Jnana and Yoga path are very few to follow. But other Brahmins follow those as a purification, and when they will be purified, they will attain their goal. Those who hope for high results should offer the different food offering prepared for the pitris and the devas to one who is established in knowledge. So he says those who hope to high results means after death they want to go to higher plane. Hindus have so many planes of existence. So that's a Devolok, Pitrilok, they call different places. And that's a present place where you will meet your all your brothers, sisters, those who have passed away, mom, grandma, these, that. What a pleasurable place after death they will go. So those who hope to have this type of high results should offer different food offerings. So they ritually they offer different food offering to gods, pitris, or to forefathers, to one who is established in knowledge. If such one is not available, so after that, some engage in Brahmin, it's called Brahman Bhojan. You feed us holy people. Who are the holy in society? Brahman is the highest level of spiritual people considered in India. High Brahman, Kshatriya is next. Vaishya, businessman, and Shudra, the working class. So these four classes, Brahmin is the highest among them. So you have to feed the Brahmins, feed the poor people or holy people. Once that what type of people best will be if you can. That's why people bring food to the sadhus. They are holy people. They don't earn anything, but the society brings them with food and nurture them with their supplies. To one who is established in knowledge. If such a one is not available, suppose you bring the best food offering to the person of illumination or very high level of sadhu. If such one is not available, it can be given to the lesser persons according to their qualification. As a lesser degree of purity has developed in somebody, they can bring the offering to them. Feeding of two in the rites connected with Deva and three in the rites of the Pitris may be done, or in both. A holy man may be fed. So whatever you do in Devarin or Pitrin, when they did to cover their forefathers' debts and to your gods and goddesses, you feed holy people. And if you cannot get, best is who is realized people if you can find such. If not, then you lesser spiritual personalities, those who are engaged in spiritual practice, so feed them. That's why Hindu practices that always Brahman bhajan. They call, you call on the Brahmins when you finish in any ritual you finish, feed the Brahmins because the holy people, if you feed, their merit will fulfill your purpose. That's the faith in India, and that they're talking about this tradition. So especially in a Shraddha, Shraddha means when the rites of the Pitris, after someone's parents or family member or somebody died, they do some rituals. Hindu rituals are there. So in there, one of the big item is to give some roll of what you call rice and other mixed things, make a roll, like a round roll, and that they mentally offer, let it be offered to my father, let it be offered, let it go to my mother, like that. They are this called pindos. Pindo means a roll, round ball. So the rites of Prithvi is too much much elaboration of the feeding should be avoided, however rich a person might be. So you do this feeding and everything, but the ritualistic offering one may be fed, especially in a sad ceremony, the rites of the Pitris, too much elaboration of feeding, it should not be done. That's why even our tradition says, don't take the food which is offered in the forefathers to the Ramakrishna tradition. Ramakrishna says that we try to avoid that food. He says don't have to feed too many people. Feed some Brahmin. For in the midst of making elaborate arrangements for feasting, a large number of invited relatives when you call in the ceremony of the Shraddha ceremony. Because Bengali word is Shraddha. Shraddha, in English they call it Shraddha. The Shraddha ceremony, elaborate arrangement if you do for fasting, then feasting, then you have to pay attention to those areas. You will miss how to do your primary responsibility of pleasing the forefathers. It will be impossible to ensure proper attention to all other aspects of the rites, like a place, time, worthiness of the guest, careful performance, materials, vessels, ingredients of worship, etc., all of which are immediate and essential requirements of the rite. So if you don't pay, that means don't pay to, you need not have to feed so many people, it is not wanted. You don't invite hundreds of people in that. Uh, when this ritual of forefathers rites people do, this is for mostly for Hindus, they will understand. Those who ritualistic Hindus, but in Hindu society they're born, they feel if you don't do, you are doing not your duties as a household. But we are not to be done. We were not into that because we have already done all these things for us before taking this mm, sannyas. Huh? Before taking the sannyas, even the nuns here, they have also done that. They did their ritualist, and that's why they said afterwards to give some Brahmin some food, Brahmin bhujan, they call feeding the Brahmins. But don't invite too many friends. Then Shraddha ceremony we have done, we know how many items are there, how many attention, which place you have to perform the Shraddha ceremony. In our in our case, there is in the convent area, in the outside garden, there is one isolated place. Which direction of the east, west, north, south, which direction that should be there. These are all detailed ritual is there. That's a place and proper attention to the other things. Materials, what are the materials? Materials. Many items have to be collected. Uh, so those items to collect. So you will not be able to pay attention if you are engaged in arranging for feast. Therefore, what vessels are necessary, what ingredients are necessary. Therefore, they'll forget this thing. Therefore, if fruits and roots are offered to Lord Hori, Lord God, if you want to offer fruits and roots, vegetarian something, of course, at the proper time and place are given to a fit recipient that will be really effective in fulfilling one's prayer and giving lasting results. Therefore, give it to God. That will be the easier way of solving this problem of diverting the attention to the ritualistic things much. When food is separately offered to gods, the rishis mean the sages, the pitris mean the forefathers, relatives means human being, and the animal world, as also to oneself, one's relatives, they should all be viewed as manifestation of the divine. And when you give to anybody, you think you are giving to God. A man who knows the real intention of the sacred law should not offer or eat meat at Sraddh. That's why he's all vegetarian. In the Sraddh ceremony, wherever you go in India, whichever category of people are performing these rituals, they should be all vegetarian. Food should be vegetarian. The offering of roots and fruits free from the taint of violence is more pleasing to the pitris than the slaughter of animals. Some people, because people used to do early life, maybe depending on flesh also, much. So they don't offer that because the offering of the roots and fruits, which is free from violence, is more pleasing to the pitris, to the forefathers, than slaughtering the animals. For those who aspire for spiritual advancement, there is no rule more important than the avoidance of an all injury to or avoidance of all injury to living beings by thought, word, and action. It's also description is that if you want to be spiritual, don't hurt anyone by thought, word, and action. So from that perspective, you are performing some rituals for the forefathers. Don't ever use any animal sacrifice or anything there. So these wise ones who know the true import of yajna and are free from desires reduced ritualistic sacrifice into sacrifice of knowledge. Now those who are very intelligent among performers, they think that this ritualistic performance is good, but higher performance is jnana jagga, japa jagga. That's why they say you can do that jagna by japa, repeating the mantra, guru mantra. That's also jagga. Other jagnas are there offering something in the fire, collecting those other items, rare items to be offered to the Lord Hori. That's why when you offer anything, you offer at the feet of Narayana. Gayadham people go in India, most holy place, where Ramakrishna's father also went to offer oblation to forefathers. And there, forefathers were very pleased. He saw the forefathers are just appearing there and taking their offering, accepting their offering. So these are all some we don't understand, but these realities are there, sensitivity. Those who are sensitive, they can experience. So, but better jagga is japa jagga. Japa. Those wise ones know the true import of jagna and are free, don't want anything to go to Pitriloko, Matriloko, Devoloko. No, I love God, I want to God. So these are free from desires, reduce all the ritualistic sacrifice, what is to be given to in the program, in the ceremony, into the sacrifice of knowledge. Day and night the thing, God is the reality, world is unreal. That is they do this jhana. I am the pure self. Everything is impermanent. So they cultivate their mind is the highest of the jhana, and consisting of enlightenment born self-control. And those who are self-controlled, the tongue is controlled. Their tongue is for eating. They're very restrained in their eating habits. Don't allow the gluttony. The tongue is always wants to distract, and meaning you have to collect more, you have to take care of it more, and you have to digest more, and that energy goes on in the body. And those who want spiritual joy, then they withdraw from that side and try to do the japa. The tongue is used for japa, repeating the mantra with the tongue movement. So that is a higher yoga. The Bhagavad says that is much higher than the ritualistic yajna, which is done collecting all these rare items and offering the balls of food, and then with the mantra chanting and all other Brahmin bhajan, all these things. Best is japa yoga. Gita also says. Those who are higher, they can convert their oblation, jagna, to the japa yoga. On seeing a person who practice external sacrificial rituals, all living creatures run away. Suppose they don't sacrifice the animals. If you do that, your mind will be such that seeing animals, innocent animals, should run away. They'll feel some fear in that. Slaughter. Those who kill, there are human slaughterers, no? And seeing such people, their nature, their walking, their everything will be different. So much violent nature generate inside. That the animals, innocent animals, they will run away seeing that person because he carries that vibration. So on seeing a person who practices external sacrificial rituals, all living creatures run away frightened, remarking, this man who is without any spiritual enlightenment, who wants only to satisfy his passion and his senses, and who is devoid of even an atom of piety, is sure to kill me. So seeing them, their mind actually gives them the idea, oh, this man, he has no spiritual enlightenment and wants to satisfy his passion, because by this jhana he wants to go to heaven or to be a king or to be like something. Our Indian standard idea is what? You attain everything by jhana, by offering oblation into fire, God, as we do in our Kali night. We did that fire sacrifice, no? But what was our desire?
I offer everything to that feet of
Aye. There we said our resolution is that why I am offering this jhana? To please God, Lord Sri Ramakrishna and Lord Narayana. What will do? For the purification of all, for growing love and devotion in God. The sadhus will be more renunciate. Devotees will be more absorbed in God. That is the purpose. But those who don't do that, they will like, I like to be a king. I like to be some powerful. After death, I will go to this. With that purpose, I am performing. So these are the people who have self-centered motivation. But our jhanas are not that. It is done for all. I am only performer, but I am doing for everyone's benefit. That is our jhana in resolution we take.
But Ramachandra did Ashwamedha Yajna for the benefit of who?
I don't know.
For his kingdom.
Huh?
People of his kingdom.
I don't know the story. Yeah, if they anyhow, the general principle, those who sacrifice animals even, if it is for the good of everyone, animal sacrifice means our animal instinct. We have to sacrifice our animal instinct that is symbolized as an animal. So our Durga Puja time, they sacrifice animal, but they put on banana. They sacrifice the banana. This animal is substituted, a goat, uh, some such thing, not a real animal. So this animal is our mind, our ego, that should be killed so that inner light will come up. Therefore, a righteous man should be satisfied with the food of ascetics consisting of cereal, fruits, and roots got without much effort. Therefore, the ascetic person, he will live only simple food, roots and fruits, and milk and cereal like that, which is in not harming or killing the animals without any much effort. And with this, he should do his duty and occasional rites. So this is the restriction. These books, scriptures, Hindu scriptures are always try to take us towards the higher life. So don't go lower. We have animal propensities. We have our selfish motivation. How you can transform them and Godward, and you become divine. So even you're doing some sacrifice for your forefathers or for gods, you can do that sattika, you can do that tamasika, you can do that rajasika. So what they have described, you try to non-harm, harming none. That type of sacrifice you do, and your japa is repeating of the mantra is the best, meditation is the best. Or if you do something with jagna and others, then do with roots and fruits and offering such things to God. That is this higher japa. Now, a knower of dharma, 12th verse on page 285. A knower of dharma should abandon as adharma, following the 5 aspects of adharma, which may look like dharma. So, a spiritual person who is following the path of dharma, righteousness, he should avoid which is opposite to that, adharma, which takes you to the world. But takes you to God, they will follow that principle. These are known as bidharma. Bidharma, viparita dharma. Opposite of righteousness, that type of practice. Paradharma, not my dharma. You are a monk, you should behave one way. You are a brahmachari, you should behave one way. I don't behave that way and I do other type of nature I carry. No, you should not follow that. You have to come back to your own spiritual goal and your own habits with the accustomed behavior pattern of a person who is abhaso, upama, and chala. These are the adharmas, 5 adharmas. There are 5 they will describe. What is 5 adharma? One is vidharma, paradharma, abhasa, upama, and chala. Vidharma is that, what is that? The opposite is that by performing which one's dharma or duty can be adversely affected in spite of the work appearing good. In spite, though the work appears good, but that is bringing bad result in spiritual path. So that is called bidharma. Paradharma means the dharma meant for another. Another means another person's attitude should not be imbibed by you. You should follow your own dharma, your own instinctive nature, and develop through that. Don't imbue or imbibe what is you are not.
That's why Swadharme Maranam too. Swadharme Maranam.
Swadharme Nidhanam. Another supportive Gita, Swadharme Nidhanam. You can, better you die in your own, practicing your own dharma. And paradharma, if you take the others' attitude where to think, someone is making good money through evil path, to cheating, to be bringing trouble for others. Yes, there are many ways to make money. No, I will not take that. This my dharma is this. So you don't have to follow the others' dharma. It may be good for them. I need not have to judge. But for me, I am not going to follow them. I will follow my tendency, whatever good tendencies I have, I will cultivate that. Upadharma is the way of unbelievers. That means those who don't believe in God and do whatever they do, they justify that. That is the Upadharma. Chala means interpreting scriptural passages. They will read the book and interpret in their own way to enjoy their own petty desires. They're twisting and turning the text. So this is called, so this should not be followed regarding the contact of any other person. The works which men do disregarding what is prescribed for their ashrama or station in life is called abhasa. The work which men do disregarding what the scriptures say, that is your dharma. You have to do all these things, truthfulness, honesty, this, that. Ignoring that when they do and twist and turn. A bit like, I mean, in misinterpretation and these things are like, suppose Vedanta says, I am Atman, I am stainless, I am pure. So, if we do something wrong, actually unethical, no, I am not the body. So what are we to do? But you can cheat yourself. Chola means cheating. I am Atman, you are quoting Vedanta, but you are not interpreting wrongly and for your selfish motivation. So that's called chala. This is not dharma. It should not be done. It should be avoided. Or station in abhas or perversion, it's called perversion. Perversion. Work that is in accordance with one's nature only is conducive to peace. Man in spiritual life, who you are, you be that. And with sincere prayer and following that discipline, character will be changed. You need not reject. Another example, the dharma of a butcher. Butcher, they have to kill the animals and they sell it. That's why we get the meat. So much meat products come from where? How many tons of meat is supplied every day? So who does that slaughtering? So if some butcher will be needed. Now the butcher, if he does his dharma, okay, I am born and my forefathers did it, it is in my blood and I do it, not with anger, but my survival, for my survival question, for my maintenance of my body and family. And that is my profession as it were. If they do with that spirit and do the duty perfectly and take care of his whole day, and the story of the Bhagavad Gita, the hunter, hunter Gita. He was a hunter. And but he has full knowledge of Brahman. How? He used to do the duty, sell the meat, earn the money, maintain himself and his mom, dad, and the family, and sincerely doing all the duties, not for his own sake, but for everyone in the family. And he became a person of wisdom. One story of this is that lady, she is a household wife. She didn't read any scripture or didn't do meditation, japa, nothing. But she advanced in spiritual life by serving her duty as wife for the ailing husband. She was serving, taking care of the other duties of life. So that is the way that our scriptures give examples that one can perform their duty Not that everyone should have to imbibe. I am not of that nature. If I try to imbibe that, that will be harder. But if through my own nature I can spiritualize it, then it becomes easier. Now, 15th verse. Neither for the discharge of his religious duties nor for his livelihood need a desireless man a poor means struggle. Neither for the discharge of the religious duties nor for his livelihood need a desireless man a poor means struggle. For in the case of the desireless man, he is giving up all work and activity will itself procure him food, as in the case of a python. A holy man does not do work, but people feed them. They depend on God and things come and they survive. In the world, how many holy people are now even there? No? If you go to the sacred places of India, you'll find many people. They don't earn anything, but they take the name of God, they sit in one place, and they're doing the God's name, and people come and give something, and they survive. So that is, so they, holy people can live that. How can a man running hither and thither for the acquisition of money out of his desire for objects of enjoyment have the bliss of that one who is ever enraptured in self, actionless and ever satisfied? There is no parallel of this joy. He's talking about who is the happy person. Happy person is not that who is running hither and thither all the time for the acquisition of money out of the desire for objects of enjoyment. Life, for survival of life is okay, but too much for earning money to just for enjoyment of life. The earning money and enjoyment and earning money, it exhausts everything and days go away. So how can a person can be in peace? He will have to more and more desire and more and more desire, more and more actions are necessary, thinking that I will be happy by doing this work, I will add my work this way. So all the time running after the desires and to satisfy the desire, earning money. So it is a cycle, vicious cycle, which takes the person's time, energy, and thought frittered away. Where is the time to think of himself? So they have no bliss. Uh, Bliss that is gained by one who is ever enraptured in the self, capital self, who is gradually thinking of the effulgent, non-dying, eternal light of the light, that's joyful, Satchidananda self inside. Where will you get that joy? Who is having whole day no time, only running for more and more and more and more. More earning is good, but it takes away your whole energy, your simple livelihood, and running after that. Yes, if sometimes necessity forces you to do that, that's a different thing. But if not, people should not use their time to waste like that. Earn money so that you have a roof, so have your money earning, so that in days of suffering you can really counteract the problems of life and survive well, but not to run after those desires and fulfilling the desires again, more work like that. So they will not get joy. Verse number 16, what they say. Santushtasya nirihasya so atma ramasya jat sukham. That person, the sukha, the happiness, which that person with atma rama, who finds bliss in his own divine self, the santushti, the this peace, the satisfaction what they get, needy also, who is not running after the sensate experiences like a mad guy, no? Kutastasya kamaloveno dhavato yorto yavdisa, who is running in 10 direction only for earning money and running for the sensate joy. Where is the peace of that person in comparison to the peace of the person who is trying to find joy in the inner self? Huh? Just as the feet protected by a pair of shoes can walk fearlessly over stones and thorns, so also a man who is at peace within finds happiness in all places. As you walk on the thorn, you can walk in the thorn safely if you have a good shoes, pair of shoes. So that's why it's just as the feet is protected by a pair of shoes, can fearlessly move over the stones and thorns. So also a person, a man who is at peace within, find happiness in all places. You put him, that's why people run from here. Oh, this place is bad, I have to go away somewhere. And you find when they go away to some other place, some other problem comes. Not this, but another problem, which was not here. You move from that place, again another problem. So, but if you go inside, as much inside, then wherever you are placed, you will be always happy because you're not on the place, but on the self. If a person is happy within, you'd surely be happy even with some liquid food to imbibe once, no? If he's a happy person, he can be happy even with a little liquid drinks. At fasting time, many people have some liquid drinks and fast. They're not unhappy. So it may be happy. But even those who eat or have the whole day goes away only for those endeavor. It is not talking of general good people, but those who are running for only sensate experience and wasting the whole day and night that way, they are losing their most valuable time and not to go inside, which can give only peace. So peace comes, happiness comes from going inside, not frittering the energy in outside day and night. Day and night. That's it. So if a person is happy within, he would surely be happy, even with some liquid food to imbibe once, maybe a whole day, getting some liquid food. But those who are not happy within run about like dogs on account of their abominable desire to satisfy their sex instinct and gluttony. They are not happy within. So those who are really day and night eating and sleeping and enjoying, if that is their life's goal, they waste their life. That's a Hindu culture, Hindu civilization is very strict on sexual behavior and indulging into the excessive uh, external things. It's always you will hammer you. That's why many people don't like Hinduism. They like little bit some sweetness, sugar coated things are available. But here they serve the medicine, raw medicine. Sugar coated medicine we eat, we don't find that difficulty. All scripture talk about, but they give a sugar coating so that it becomes easy. But this Bhagavad is a bhakti book, devotional book. No escape. Always hammering on this. It is bad, it is bad, it is bad. So we are saying that 18 verses says, Asantusto vipraso tejo vidya tapojasa sravanti indriya lauleno jnanam cha evo avakirjate. In the case of one who has no feeling of happiness and in contentment within, All higher qualities like impressiveness, learning, austerity, reputation, etc., will wave away through his sensuous indulgences, wherever, whatever higher understanding he has perishes. So, whatever higher qualities, you lose them. If he's running on this sensate universe, mad like a mad guy. Hunger and thirst are appeased with food and drink. Anger abates when the victims has been suppressed or killed. But greed does not subside even if one conquers all the quarters and enjoys the whole earth. Greed, if you are the king of the whole world, still your greed will be there to country after country, conquering one country, going to Hitler, going one country with another country, with another country. They're restless, no end, but not knowing that it will end, the body will end one day. So he says, hunger and thirst are appeased with food and drink. No? Okay, bodily hunger and thirst is it. But anger abates, anger goes away when the victim has been suppressed or killed. Who is my enemy? He is dead or he has been killed. So that also good. Anger can be, we can get out of anger. But greed does not subside. Greed does not subside even if one conquers all the quarters and enjoys the whole earth. Even you are a king of the entire bhumandal in the earth, but still desire will be okay. Oh, that island is there. Oh, that country is there. Oh, that there is some oil is there. So it will be endless. Even if you become the one emperor of the whole world, then you say, oh, what is in the moon then? What is in the other planet then? Oh, what is in the other distant stars there? So I will conquer whole world. So that is endless. But see how philosophically these Indian sages have guided the society. These are all clearly describing. No one can deny that this tendency in the heart, mind, makes us slave and takes away all our peace. Uh, People think it is joy, becoming proud, becoming haughty, becoming controller, but actually it does not bring peace. So it is the experience. So they are giving this hint to change the pattern of our livelihood, the way we think about our spirituality or our joy. Seeking for all are seeking for joy and freedom. But will it that really bring freedom? So no. Many scholars noted for their learning and capacity to clear doubts of others who can preside over even over learned assemblies became degenerate because of their lack of contentment and inner joy. Big scholars, eh, even many renowned ascetics, holy people, we find that afterwards we find so many things against their character and this. And are they happy? I can give good talks, I can give good lectures. Is it reflected in my life? That is the point here. Many scholars, they are noted for their learning and capacity to clear doubts of others. Others' doubts they can remove because they are intelligent person. They understand that my brain is very sharp. Preside over the learned assembly. He is the chairman of a big scholarly assembly. No? Maybe become degenerate because of the lack of contentment and inner peace. Inner joy, inner contentment, they lack. That is the fatal condition. That means neither land and property, neither your money and wealth, neither your learning, you are a great learned person, that cannot satisfy your inner joy, inner life. Sexuality has to be conquered by abandoning the will to enjoy, sankalpa. Anger may be abandoned by abandoning desire, greed by reflecting on the risks in being wealthy, and fear by meditation of the Supreme Truth. So you want to be fearless? So very beautifully, this 22nd verse is briefly mentioned it here very nicely. Sexuality has to be conquered by abandoning the will to enjoy. What enjoyment it will bring me, how much joy it will give me. Think, experience, and then abandon. I've done. I'm done with it. I've seen it. It cannot give me the peace I want. That internal joy, what I am, it does not bring it. So abandoning. So you can abandon your sexual idea. Greed, where someone is greed, they can reflect. Okay, reflecting on the risk of being wealthy, you become wealthy. But okay, what wealthy? There are so many wealthy people. Look at them. Did they get the peace inside? So you can abandon that also. Greed by reflecting on the risk of being wealthy. Fear by meditation on the Supreme. But you can conquer the fear only by thinking of the fearless Atman, the Atman which is birthless, deathless. So where to fear? Nothing to lose there. Here you have to lose. Whatever you get, that goes away out of the fingers. So this is the analysis, verse number 22nd. অসংকল্পাৎ জায়ত কাম ক্রোধং কাম বিবর্জিতাৎ অর্থ অনর্থক্ষয়া লোভং ভয়ং তত্ত্ব অবমর্শনাৎ. Tattva is the truth. You can go over the fear. Grief and infatuation are to be overcome by discrimination. If someone is dead, someone has lost his own friend, that can be overcome. By what? By the analysis, discrimination between the Atman and the Anatman. Everything is Anatman. So body goes, but Atman does not go. You can console yourself, reconcile those ideas. The self and the non-self. This is the non-self, this is the self. Self does not go anywhere. So you can reconcile your mind. Pride in one's greatness. I am proud, I am great. That can be by association with the wise. You go to the wise people, you see, you think that you are a great scholar, go to the greater scholar. Oh, there are many people much greater than me. Think that, then your pride will be reduced. Obstacles to concentration. You are trying to meditate, but it is not concentrated. Tell it by practice of silence. Try to practice how to be silent in your and every day. Try to think, let me listen to the inner voice. That silence, no? So you can conquer that. Proneness to violence can be controlled by controlling attachment to the body and positions. The painful experiences from other living creatures are to be overcome by kindness. If there is some tendency to kill, be kind. With that kindness you can towards them. Those arising from the past karma by practicing equanimity. Those from the body by pranayama. The equanimity, by practicing equanimity, you can overcome your weaknesses. To the body by pranayama. Those from sleep by consumption of sattvika food. You can take such food which will be sattvika food. You can take that and do that. It will give you good sleep, light sleep. You see, it happens when you eat some, say, very strong, very not easy to digest food, but delicious food. You see, whole night you eat more, and we cannot sleep whole night because it is overeating. So he says that those from body by pranayama and those from sleep by consumption of sattvika food. If you take sattvika food, many people take night time very light, some milk, some fruits, some or whatever be the light thing. So you can take the sattvika food. Rajas and tamas have to be conquered by sattva, and sattva by proper discrimination, An aspirant will succeed in all this easily. He has true devotion to Guru. So all this can be achieved. So difficult, but one can achieve if they have devotion to the Lord God Guru. Huh? So this is the suggestion. And who are they? What's the question? Who is saying the question?
Oh, I was asking, sorry, but it recommends for bodily problems that you use pranayama? Is that what it's
Yeah, no, they're saying that there's so many, but all can be achieved by gurus, by grace. Guru's grace means here, follow the instruction what Guru has given, lead that life, do japa, do meditation, do practice, focus, all automatically all these will go away. They are not to think so much what will happen. Because all these are nice path for correcting ourselves, improving our quality. But it is said the last word is very important. An aspirant will succeed in all these weaknesses of our mind easily if he has a true devotion to the Guru. Let me see the original verse number 25. We are ending here. Rajas tamasya satyena satyam chupasamena cha etat sarvam. All these, etat means all, sarva means all, etat means all this. We have described this so many verses. Etat sarvam guru bhaktya. By bhakti, devotion to your Guru, Purusho, Anjasa Jayat. That Anjasa means the darkness, the carilium, the dark things, all will go away by following that. You can joy means conquer. You can conquer everything by having faith in Guru's words and practice those things. And love and devotion for Guru. And one next day we'll read a few verses are there. Faith in the Guru and how that can help us. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Next 2 weeks, this class will be no class. You will get 2 weeks vacation. 4:30 class and 7:30 class. I will not give. 7:30 class others will give, and this 4:30 class will be not. It stops for 2 weeks because I will be out of station. Someone writing a question. My parents used to practice Shraddha practices, but we don't here in the US. Will that affect our spiritual progress? Yes, but we can do little to our remembering our parents and offering a pranam. That we can do, and on the only at least in a year, you can go to Hindu temple and do some rites and rituals, and just as a reference, as a respect for them to do that. It is not difficult, not maybe like that of India, where hundreds and thousands of people do that, but that details may not be. But sincerity is the question. We are responsible. We are indebted to our parents. We are indebted to our forefathers. So we are indebted to the gods and goddesses. We are indebted to the whole animals and animal world, indebted to the circumstances in which we are born. So all this, it is thankfulness. Thanksgiving Day is coming. That is Thanksgiving. We can that practice we can do. Okay, thank you. So 7:30 class will be Seta Upanishad. Thank you. It ended on verse number, as I said, 25 crore, It is on the, we'll start our verse 27. 20 and 26, 25 we ended.